All right, Shalom. This is a hard one by Yasha Allah of the GMS Lions Den Camp. When it's a Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harakak Wadash, Ma'amath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. This is John 10 and 1. And I'm going to title this lesson, The Plow. All right. And this is to any of you men out there that put down the plow, that went back into the world, and you try to make your decision, or stalling, or don't know how or what to do to turn back and to get back on the path that you were on, to get back up. Because the scripture said a just man falls 7 times, but he get back up again, over and over again, man. So how do you get up? And that's what I want to get into, all right? Because you can call yourself trying to keep the laws to the best of your ability, telling people around you, and your friends, your family. You might have a little chick that you might be trying to impress, and you teach her or something like that, right? But let me turn this down. All right. So you may have some friends and family that you may be trying to impress, or you may be in that spirit of, saying things like, "Hey man, I want to come out there, but so and so don't want to come out there with me," or I try to get him to come out there, but he don't want to come out there. Things like that, man. Then you're gonna get judged, man. The Lord gonna destroy you, because you're not coming unto Him with your whole heart and girding up your loins as a man and working out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And the way you do that is to bear your cross. All right. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off with this one. This is Matthew 10 and 37. And it says, music. All right. So Matthew 10 and 37 says, "He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me." And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me, right? That still goes back to loving the creation more than the creator, period, man. We're all creations. We were all created. So how can you love what was created more than the one Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai that created us all? Can you imagine this? All right. Can you imagine, one of your sons or your children that didn't acknowledge you, man? All right. But even then, they got to acknowledge Yahweh as well, man, your children. But they acknowledge you as their earthly father, right? As your earthly parent. And if your parents are not in this truth, or you have children that are in the world, or you have with a baby mama or mother of your children, she's in the world going to church and things like that, and she's raising your child up in the heathen mindset, then you still do the work and pull away from, do what you got to do. You take care of your children, take care of responsibility, but you do the will of Yahweh. When you go out on the weekends, don't let nothing steer you from that day. All right, you handle your business. Treat this work as your business, which it truly is. All right. If you have parents that's trying to pull you away from this truth, that they're masons or deacons at a church, they say, "I'm gonna kick you out if you go out there and teach." Well, you're gonna have faith, man. Because we at the end. You gotta do the work and pray that the Most High change their heart towards you, in peace, or bless you with your own place, or be able to move on. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing, man. You finally find your course or your path in life, or a destination, which is the kingdom. what do you need from that? You just need the truth. You need guidance. That's just it. You don't need anything in this world. You just need the Most High in your heart. All right, because that's what we're heading to. So that's what it means, man. Do it mean you need to hate your parents or hate your father or hate your mother, hate your children? No. It just means don't let them steer you from your path, man. Keep your integrity, and, and keep your foot down with this truth. 38, it says, and he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. So if a man that doesn't take up his cross, that affliction, bear the affliction that Yahushua had to bear. All right, this is the word cross in the Greek, G4716, stauros. All right, stauros, which means a stake as set up, which the Romans would use that. Like today they call it the electric chair, but back then they would have you put a big giant tree on your back, man, like a cross, and have you buried on your back and carry it to them crucifying you. Yahushua was done in that same manner. Now it says a pole or cross as an instrument of capital punishment. Figuratively, exposure to death, self-denial. Say denying yourself, man. Right? Let me get what it's exposure to death. All right, I'm gonna read this. I brought this out like a couple days ago, but I'm bringing it out again. It's Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, man. Be willing to die for this truth, man. All right, I was watching something earlier with Mike Tyson. He was talking about Muhammad Ali, and he broke down in tears because he said he didn't have the same heart that Muhammad Ali had. Muhammad Ali was willing to die for what he believed was his fight, boxing, for his sport, and for what he contended in, right? And we contend in this truth, and we're supposed to fight unto death, man, in this truth. All right. In fact, it says Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service, man. All right. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, man. Renew your mind. Change the way you're thinking. If you're sitting around like, oh man, I gotta get back out there, I gotta do this work. Well, just start with doing the work. A lot of people want to gather unto brothers, but you're supposed to do the work. If you have brothers that you was teaching with, and then you scarred them by walking away, well, the scriptures tell us that our brothers and our family are those that do the will of Yahweh. So the same way, we are known to be brothers that are doing the work. You got to do the work, and then give the camp that you were a part of, that you walked away from, give them time to see if you legit or not, man. But if you ain't even take the step to doing your own, doing your responsibility in this truth, then it shows that you have no relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. How are you a brother then? It shows it, man. If you do 1 or 2 videos, and then you feel like you're back in the camp, or you feel like you link up with her. No, man, you got to do your work. You got to, you say, seek him 10 times more. Man, let me get some scriptures on it. Right? It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. That was about the will of Yahweh. Do you understand that? If you want to be in a camp, you got to understand that first. If you want to start doing this work, you got to understand what the will of Yahweh is, to bring in his elect, to gather his sheep. That's the focus. You gotta start there, man. And you gotta have proper clean understanding of how to give clean provender to the sheep or to the asses, um, you know, and also to the sheep, right? The ones that chew the cud and the ones that don't, But so some have to be hit and fed, and before you can do that, you have to what? Before you can feed the sheep, you got to study. All right, this is Revelations 2:10. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you in prison. And that happened 2,000 years ago, but today it can happen as well, man. When you go out and teach, they passing all kind of policies and laws and deputizing these, militarizing these sheriff's departments and shit like that, giving them power over the Constitution to be able to judge you right on sight, point blank range. It says, behold, but the issues of death are in the hands of Yahweh, man. All right. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. All right. So he that hath an ear, let him hear. But the Spirit saith unto the churches, the ones that are called out from the world to do this work, to become shepherds. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death, man. That's the missiles. So if you overcome and you believe, but you can't just sit around saying you believe. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 13. Actually, verse wow. In fact, I'm gonna start from here before I done read the whole chapter. Chapter 2, verse 10. So therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Yahushua Mashiach with eternal glory. All right, so we suffer all things now today in that same spirit. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him, man. So if you're dead in these times now to the world, and alive with Yahushua, meaning alive in the spirit, but dead to this world, everybody gonna turn it back on you and all of that, man. But that's the congregation of the dead that's turning away from you. So you'll be left with the living. What happened when your only friend that you left with is Yahweh and Yahushua and the angels, and you finally realize that that's all you got. But that's everything. He's everything. The Most High is everything. You gotta realize that, and it's not. You won't ever get it until you understand that. Be thinking about it and never do it. Once you understand that will of Yahweh is going to pull you to study, to be able to break through the thick skulls of these people that don't want to listen, be able to trap them in any type of bind that they try to put you in with their false doctrines, and you be able to cut right through it, sharpening your sword, helping to sharpen other brethren. That shit is inspiring, man. It makes you want to go out and teach. But if you're not doing none of that, you're not praying, not doing anything, then you're not gonna want to go out there and teach and do the work or do your lessons, which will build you up to being able to get back out to the street. All right, until you're ready to get out there, till you at least got to do your lessons at home, and get out to the highways and byways. So 2 Timothy 2 and 11. It is a faithful saying For if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. So, even in the kingdom. And if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. If we believe not, yet he abideth faithful, he cannot deny himself, man. So he don't really need us. That's why he calls us unprofitable servants. See, a lot of you start doing this work and you want the end to come quickly, or you want to get some type of reward or recognition. But the thing is, you do this work because that's what you are. You just realize that, once it becomes realized to you, when it becomes real to you, that you are a messenger from Yahweh. That's why you're here. If you think you're just that average Jake still, and you can't get over that, they spoke to Yahweh like that. They said, isn't this Joseph's son, the son of the carpenter? No, he was more than that. He was the son of Joseph, yeah, but he was also the son of Yahweh first. He was sent down here to do the Father's will, just like you are your earthly parents' children, but you're a child of Yahweh first. You see that? The servant of Yahweh Shai first, man. And we're here to do his will. And that's to be messengers and warn the people and enlighten the people and edify and comfort the people and also learn, and grow. Right? And it says, where was that? Verse 14, of these things put them in remembrance, charging them before Yahweh, that they strive not about words to no profit, but to the subverting of the hearers. See, that's our job. That's our aim, is to subvert the hearers, man. To give them the proper doctrine, the truth, straight, cut, and clean. Now, this is the point. It says, study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So you gotta be able to rightly divide the word of truth, and you won't be ashamed, man. Just like if you want to play ball, or if you knew some dance moves or some shit, man, like some old heel toe or some two steps or some shit. You ain't gonna do that unless you've been practicing or joke, all right. And practice will make you perfect in this sense. That's why we rehearse the righteous acts. And the acts that we're keeping today is the acts of the prophets. And we keep practicing it, it's gonna make us perfect in faith. All right, so let's back to that word, the cross. And it says self-denial right here. Self-denial, by implication, the atonement of Yahushua. And that's what we follow after that. The ultimate atonement, the forgiveness for our sins, Yahushua. All right, asking for forgiveness through Yahushua, man. All right. Through the anointed one. Through the truth. Now it says self-denial. That's bearing your cross. Okay. It's basically saying the same thing about the cross, but I'm going to read it. Luke chapter 9, verse 23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself. See, that's what we got to do. You got to deny yourself in the flesh and in the spirit and in this world. Anything that's going to pull you away from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, pull you away from doing his will. And you got to go to work. You're going to have family. You're going to be a human being, but you operate with integrity in this truth, and you be what you are, the prophet. You be a man of Yahweh, a son of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua. If any man will come after me, let him deny himself. And so ain't no do as thou wilt. And take up his cross daily. So, we put on this burden daily. It's not a burden, but we choose the affliction. All right. Proudly. And we says, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me, man. And we follow him through the prophecies, through doing the work, and through charity, and through studying. He said, if you study, he's gonna come in and sup with you. He give you the spirit to understand. If you ask him. Same way Solomon did. You got, Yahweh Shai himself. You gotta ask Yahweh to, in the name of Yahweh Shai, to bless you with wisdom, to lead whoever will hear the words that come from you in this truth. All right, that come through you. I should say. Now it says, verse 24: For whosoever shall save his life shall lose it, but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. For what is a man advantaged if he gain the whole world and lose himself, or be cast away? Right now, if you got a job and you was teaching and you got a job and stop teaching, what happened, man? You got to think about that. And when the dollar collapsed, you got to really think about the decisions you made dealing with that, or walked away for your woman, or walked away for money, or just doubt, anything, man. That dollar about to collapse. World War III about to break out. They're going to push that chip. And you're going to realize you made a mistake, man. And it's going to be too late, just like a roller coaster ride. You get up there, it's too late. You can't get out the ride. That's how this chaos is about to be. You ain't going to be able to get off once it go down. All right, once it takes off. For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed, man. So if you're ashamed to do this work, you're ashamed to look at people and teach this word, man. You're ashamed to be embarrassed when girls walk by and laugh at you, or people who laugh at you. You're ashamed because you haven't been studying. Then the Lord gonna be ashamed of you, man. All right, He's not gonna defend you in that day. And it says, when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and of the holy angels. But I tell you of a truth, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the kingdom of Yahweh, meaning they'll be changed into their new bodies. All right, the hopeful elect. All right, back to my lesson, man. It's John 10:1. It says, verily I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. So somebody just try to join the camp, but they're not doing the work. They're not even studying. Or you see them, they show up to camp and they got their beard all edged up and shit, and they think they're fooling you. They let it grow before the weekend, and then when the weekend hit, they staring you in your face, looking at you like you stupid. Like they pulling one over on you, but they really trying to pull a fast one on you. How about you, Shai? Then next thing you see that person disappear, man. And then they want to come back because the Lord start judging them. But the way you come back, He say what? This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 28. It says, actually verse 27, be of good comfort, right? And the way you are of good comfort by reading the scriptures, blessed is he that readeth. And we comfort each other with these words. So Yahweh Shai comforts you when you read the scriptures. All right. And you get the understanding and breakdowns and guidance through the apostles and the other Akim. And it says, be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh. See? Cry away in the streets. Cry in your prayers. Cry out to him, man. For cry unto Yahweh, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray, from Yahweh, right? If you walk in these times now, once you've been woken up to this truth and you walk back to the world and you want to step back into teaching, you got to seek him 10 times more, you know. It says, for as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, right? And that's what, because we all went astray, we became Gentiles. But now we're in this truth, we try to seek him 10 times more. But if you get to this truth and then you walk away and you think it's just that easy, like you can just show up and just get it popping again, it's not like a rap career or a basketball career, you know, or a relationship with your woman. Like, you know, she like you for the way you look, and you look like an Israelite. No, you gotta be an Israelite in deed and in truth, and to be a son, which is the word Israelite. Yasha Allah, he is the prince of the power, Yahweh. So if you're a son of Yahweh, then his children are going to be doing this work. To prove to man, no, but to prove to Yahweh that you want to be his child. That's the point. And you want to wake up the rest of your people, his people, whomever they may be, right? That's what it's about, man. So it says, for as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, now we're being returned to Yahweh. The same people, the Israelites, not the rest of the world, but Israel. They're the ones that were cut off, and they're the ones that can return. Seek him 10 times more, man. You know, for he that have brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy, which is salvation, man. So same one that judged us and allowed us to go into hell because we were being wicked. And if you walked away and you started getting judged and the Lord started afflicting you because he loved you, and that pressure that you're feeling, he's trying to get you to call on him. And after you call on him, he's trying to get you to work, do the will, man, do the work. All right, so if it's too big of a step for you to go out, you start with your lessons on your phone or however. And then eventually the Most High guides you out there to the street, and then he'll put you into the camp or back into the camp that you walked away from. All right? So this is Galatians 4 and 4. But when the fullness of the time was come, I'm gonna start from 1. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all. All right, that's what we want to be, children of Yahweh. But being a child of Yahweh, you become what? A God, Lord of all things, under Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, someday, hopefully, to become that. But it's under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father, right? So you have to learn. The first step to learning is exposure, being exposed to the truth. You know, even Yahweh Shai, he's the Lord of all things, and he had to be tutored in the spirit and in this world, you know, from Yahweh. By Yahweh, I mean. Verse 3. Even so, we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of this world, man. So you were in this world. If you're gonna slip up, you might go back into the world. Sheesh, man, it's crazy. You gotta pray that Yahweh take not the Holy Spirit away from you. You know, and me as well. Verse 4. But when the fullness of the time was come, Yahweh sent forth his son, made of a woman, made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law, the Israelites, to bring you back, that we might receive the adoption of sons. You got that chance to receive the adoption of being a son of Yahweh again, man. And you're not taking the steps to go out there and claim that. It says, because ye are sons, Yahweh have sent forth the spirit of his son into your hearts, crying out, Abba, Father. Is that in you? That's what you got to question yourself, man. And if you don't feel that, if that spirit is within you, then you may be 2/3, and nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. Then you'll be destroyed, and the Lord will bring you back in the kingdom. That's just it. Once you, what you gonna do when you realize nobody feels sorry for you? What you do? Get rebellious or angry? No, if you get angry with anybody, you should get angry with the man in the mirror. You. But when you get angry with yourself, what are you gonna do with that? Destroy yourself? No, you destroy that old man. You know, your old ways, your old way of thinking, your doubt. You know, and the best way to conquer fear is through action. The best way to conquer fear is through action. All right? That's what I'm going to say it again. The best way to conquer fear is through action. That's the only way. Through study, you know, through understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai, that's all action. Wisdom is action. It's moving. All right? So that spirit supposed to be in you calling out Abba Father, but it says what? Howbeit then, when ye knew not Yahweh, ye did service unto them which by nature are no gods, right? In idol worship. But now after that ye have known Yahweh, or rather are known of Yahweh. See, people say, I know God. Nah, he knows you. How turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements, whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage, man? Running back to that yoke, that money, or your woman, or anything else that's in bondage to this world, to Esau's way of thinking and philosophies, to the devil. If you cling hold to that, then you become in bondage. All right. So it says he said you can't serve God and mammon. All right. So it says John 10:1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber, man. And you got to give praise to Yahweh Shai, man. He's the door, the way. And the way he did it, that's the way we got to do it. No servant is greater than their master. We got to teach this word, you know, do the work. All right. But he that entereth in by this door is the shepherd of the sheep. So if he allows you to go in through that door, all right, and to be able to understand his truth, then you become a shepherd. You're able to guide and lead other brothers out of darkness, lead the sheep, call unto them, and you become the Yahweh Shai's voice. And his sheep only hear his voice. They don't hear any other strangers, like Esau and these heathens and the devil. If you're his sheep, you'll hear his voice. All right. You know, so it says, to him the porter openeth. All right. And the sheep hear his voice, man. See? There you go. And he calleth his own sheep by name and leadeth them out. So Yahweh Shai has let us out, man. And he calls by name. And when he put it, so he knows those that are his. So he knows you, not you knowing him, but rather that he knows you. You know, you return back to these beggarly elements. You know, putting that yoke of iron back upon your neck, chasing after that dollar about to collapse. You know, becoming rushing to be a debt slave, desiring to be a sweat slave, man, sweat equity. You know, what the hell could you be doing, man? Yeah, of course you're gonna go to work. Of course you're gonna you may have your woman or women. You may even have children. You may have parents. All these things, man. That's what we're born with, right? But what are you doing? Like, could you? How can you? You know what I mean? It boggles me, man, that people just walk away like that. Or people say you can just cut your beard now, shit like that. They just change up. You know, these people just flip flopping like Pops from Friday said, do the flippity shit. You know, you got to get out of that spirit, man. Become who you're supposed to be. You know, but you can't do that by saying it. You can't do that by trying to pull other people out there with you. You got to take that first step, and you know, you'll be the example. But you know, if you feel like you're confident in that, then you do the work on the videos until you're ready. But we run out of time, man. We have to end. All right. Verse 4, it says, and when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And that's why we follow the apostles, because the sheep know the voice. And the brothers, you know, the sincere brothers in this truth, you know. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers, right? So Yahweh's true sheep, Yahweh Shai's true sheep, the shepherd, they know his voice, of his hope, of the elect. You know, just like the brothers, we know you can kind of feel who are brothers and who aren't, man. And even if you're wrong, you can go according to the scriptures, and you judge a person by their work, you know, and the fruit that they bear. All right, and the laws that they keep, and their actions. We say judge it by your actions. All right. All right. This is Jeremiah 23:1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, saith Yahweh. Right. The ones that lie to our people, and also the ones that don't want to do the work. You become part of that scattering. You know, if you're not with him, you're against him. Yeah. If you're not with Yahweh, you're against him, man. There's no other way. You can't be lukewarm. He said he would rather that you were cold or hot. Because you're lukewarm, he's going to spew you out of his mouth. That means out of his encirclement of the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect, the memorial stones. Out of his gathering, his calling. All right. So you scattering the sheep by not doing the work, man. All right. Putting your candle in the bushel, you helping to burn down the house. The children of Israel. Verse 2. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock. I'm talking about these false prophets, these church folks, these wells without water, these cats claiming to be holders of water, or Israelites claiming to have wisdom, but they don't. Ye have scattered my flock, right? You scattered them even more, and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith Yahweh. That's what you really got to think about. You want that spirit against you? You want Yahweh against you, man? You want Yahweh Shai against you when he arrives? Do you even really believe? Or is this like some imagination, or something to get into? That's what you really got to think about. There is nothing else besides this truth, man. It just so happens that we have to deal with people. A lot of brothers that's in the truth, we'd rather be on a damn island somewhere by our damn self and be able to show up, teach the work, and then go back to that damn island until the Lord show up. But that's not possible. All right. That's why he said he's made our forehead as hard as their forehead. And he sent us in the midst of our people, man. All right. Now, he sent us as sheep in the midst of wolves. So it says, I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries. And how is he going to do that? Through his voice. Through speaking kindly unto us, man, through his word. You know, calling us back, because we were whores, man, spiritual whores. Doing idolatry, worshiping idols, being Gentiles in the world without Yahweh Shai. You know, but now we're being brought back and called back. And you got to be part of that calling, that voice being sent out throughout the world. All right. So it says, he's going to gather us with, he has driven us and will bring them again to their folds, man. See, look at the sheep. All right, scattering the flock, the sheep. So he's going to gather us to our folds. All right, bring them again. So that's the children of Israel, not no other nations. Only the children of the hopeful elect and the 1/3 of Yasha Allah. All right, are gonna make it. And it says, and they shall be fruitful and increase, man. They're gonna be wise and wisdom in the kingdom. You're gonna if you're part of the hopeful elect, you're gonna increase. The Lord said you were faithful over this small community, non-verbatim over this small community. He's gonna put you over a city. If you faithful over that city, he's gonna put you over this. You know what I mean? If you gave up a family, he's gonna give you 2 families in the kingdom, thousands of families. And so on and so on. Even if you have blessings on this side, he's gonna give you abundant more than that. But it's better what he says, it's better to say too much than to never say nothing at all. All right, but if you don't have this truth in you, it'd be better to just be quiet. But I'm saying, if you know this truth and you walked away, man, you need to be speaking and teaching, man. But if it's not in you, if you feel like you're gonna go off, then hey, that's why Scripture says, let every man work out his own salvation with fear and trembling. Fear and trembling. All right. It's verse 4. It says, I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them. And that's what we're supposed to do. Feed the sheep. Feed his flock. And they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith Yahweh. All right. All right. This is 1 Peter 5 and 2. Feed the flock of Yahweh, man. You know, feed the flock of Yahweh. Feed whatever you got. If you got a couple grains in your hand, feed them. If you only know a little bit, if you're still on the milk, feed them the milk. All right, you got the meat, feed them the meat. All right, you got the water, give it to those that are thirsty. Whatever you have. All right. It says, feed the flock of Yahweh which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint. See, not by constraint, man. You know, not having to force it. You know, not like it be a burden to you or something. Like, you know, not by constraint. Let me get that word constraint. Let's see, constraint. All right, this is a constraint. It says not by force or constraint, man. See, not by force. So they shouldn't have to force you to do it. All right. It says, verse 2, feed the flock of Yahweh, which is among you. So wherever you're at in the world, that's what you got to teach. Whoever hears your voice on the videos, whoever, you may go out and teach one day, there's nobody out there. The Lord, I witnessed it and I lived it. People actually said it to me more than I can count on one hand. Or maybe I can count on one hand. Have looked me in my eyes and said, the Lord told me to come out here that I was going to see something or hear something. Some people laying in their bed and the Lord told them, get up and go for a walk. And they walk right by you teaching. Or they come straight up to you and say, hey, the Lord told me he said, somebody's going to have a message for me. And I see you out here teaching. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High really works that way, man. I always say, teach unto the winds. All right? And if it's 1,000 people in front of you, you still shouldn't fear. He said, fear none of their faces, man. What you're speaking is the truth. You know? First Peter's 5:3. Neither as being lords over Yahweh's heritage, not like, yeah, I'm the shit, you know, I'll smite you, or just kicking people in and out of camps and shit, and saying, calling people not your brother just because you fucking emotional or some shit, or just just treating people like shit, man, just because you're in this truth. No, we can't do that. That's not what this is about. All right. If you get into this truth, you just come out there just to cuss people out and shit, or they be quiet as hell. But as soon as it's time to start teaching, you see that person that hasn't been out there teaching or doing their work, doing their teaching at home or anything. But when they come out there, all of a sudden they start cussing people out and bugging. That's somebody that doesn't understand the will of Yahweh and the compassion He has towards His hopeful elect. All right. Verse 3. Neither as being lords over Yahweh's heritage, making people, nobody should be bowing down to you like Nate in IUIC, right? The way he acts, like a lord over Yahweh's heritage, but being examples to this flock, man. All right, being examples and leading towards the kingdom, and let them see you pushing forward. All right, so narrow that one person go there at a time. So you see that one person, another person see you, and another person see you, and we all follow, or you lead. There's no better leader than a follower. That it becomes a leader. All right. And it says, verse 4, and when this chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. And it says, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. You have elders in this truth, of course, man, the apostles. And under them, you have elders. It says elder just meaning, not like elder, like, it's just all the elders mean is somebody that's aged in this truth, or somebody that got to the water before you. That's the way I like to look at it. If I got to if I'm at a fountain and you come up and see me drinking and it's been a drought and you thirsty, it wouldn't be smart to just come up drinking. You might get poisoned, or I might have a trap set for you. Who knows? But if you come up and you trust me, you trust the person that's at the fountain, the brothers, then you're gonna listen. You're gonna drink from what they pouring out. They're gonna say, "Hey, I'm gonna pour you some. This is what you want to drink. This one right here. You drink from that area, you might get infected." And I seen a damn animal come up and died over there. I just moved it. So you don't want to drink in there. You was just about to drink from that. But what if you come up and be like, I know what I'm doing. Get out my way. Who the fuck you think you is? You just like me. You a man like me. I'm going to drink my own shit. You go dive in and drink, and now you drinking mosquitoes, all kind of shit. Instead of understanding that the water needed to be purified first, or clean first for you, and distributed to you the correct way. All right. The Bible is the water, but it still has to be clean, and because it's been tampered with a lot. All right. It has to be broken down for you. Just like a bird, man. The mother chews up the dang on food and breaks it down for you, and then administers it to the chicks, the babies. All right. So, all right, and now it says, all right, that's it on that scripture. Well, actually, you know what? Verse 5, it says, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. All of you, be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For Yahweh resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble, man. All right, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that He may exalt you in due time. So He said, cast your cares upon Him, for He careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. See that? So you gotta be steadfast in this truth on daily, man. Studying, doing something, because the devil is seeking to pull you out of this truth and pull you from doing the work. All right. Matthew 12:30. And it says, he that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. So if you're not gathering under the name of Yahweh Shai, the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, or if you're not gathering at all, then you're what? You're lukewarm. The Lord gonna spew you out. You're still in the congregation of the dead. And if you're just sitting there like, oh well, guess I'm gonna die. The Lord gonna give you what you asked for. He's gonna destroy you, man. He's gonna make sure you feel all of it. He's gonna have a right judgment for you. Because he knows our spirit. He knows how slick Jake can be. All right. Well, I don't care. I'll just be dead anyway. He might not let you die. He might let you suffer first. Not thinking, man. So you should have compassion for your people and want to reach out and teach your people, man. And that's what got me into pushed me to do it. Also many other things, other reasons. But one of them was wanting to see my people wake up to Yahweh Shai and experience what I've been experiencing, in this truth. So it says, so if you gather not with Yahweh Shai, you're scattering abroad. You're part of that scattering. This is Luke 9:62. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read this one. Luke 9:59. And he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. And the Lord, looking at him like, you crazy. You think about it, Yahweh Shai would be upset because he's like, yo, your father is safe in the heavens where, you know what I mean? Like, Yahweh Shai is, once you understand that Yahweh Shai is the son of Yahweh, you wouldn't be worried about your father. You'd be like, man, he good. I know he's safe with Yahweh in the heavens. And you're right here I'm right here with you, Yahweh Shai. So my father's safe in the heavens, And what? But this man wanted to go bury his father. It's crazy, man. Yahweh Shai like, yo, that's my property. What are you talking about? Get your ass, stay over here and do what I told you to do. Right? So it says, let the dead, verse 60, Yahweh Shai said unto him, let the dead bury their dead, man. All right? People that's not in this work, in this truth, you may have a funeral and say mourn with those who are mourning. But if it's on a Saturday and you got to go teach, man, listen. Wherever you got to go, you better do some teaching there. Or really look at it in the comparison of, going to these jobs and doing things like that. Just whatever can pull you away from doing the work. That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what the scriptures are saying. You resist it. Whatever can pull you away, resist it. All right. And it says, verse 60. Yahweh Shai said unto him, let the dead bury their dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of Yahweh. And another also said, Yahweh Shai, I will follow thee, but let me first go bid them farewell, which are at home at my house. And that's what a lot of y'all doing now. You're like, yeah, I'm going to follow, but let me get myself straight first. Let me get my family right first. Let me do this first. Let me get my girl right. Let me get this right, that right. Well, I got to get my homie to come out there. I want him to come out there too, but he ain't coming out there. It's like, psh, yo. Verse 62, it says, and Yahweh Shai said unto him, no man. If you a male, you have 2 testicles or 1, whatever you got, you're a male. All right. No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom, man. It says you're not fit, man, meaning well placed. You have no foundation. All right. And a house with no foundation is what? Written in the scriptures to be destroyed with whatever destruction comes, man. All right. And being blown about with every wind of doctrine. After a while, because you're going to go back into the world, or you're going to be in derision. Reprobate silver, calling yourself an Israelite all the way to the end, you'll be destroyed. Because you haven't done what makes you an Israelite, which is to teach, prophesy, be in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. It says, you're not well placed, you're not appropriate, useful, not useful, man. Shit's deep. You're not useful. You got to make yourself useful. If you go to any job today, they're going to say what? Hey, man, grab them out, make yourself useful. Hey, man, do this, make yourself useful. Don't stand around, idle, right? And right here it says the word plow, right? Arotron means to till the soil. And that's what we're here to do, man. Tillers of the ground, to till the minds of our people, to help them break up their fallow ground, to help them break up that hard-ass soil that they have so that the Lord can plant that seed and water it. All right? And he said, break up that fallow ground first, you know? Till the soil. Work the field. The field is what? The hopeful elect. All right? Scattered amongst the Gentiles. All right. I'm gonna start from here. Matthew 6:22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thine whole body shall be full of light, man. And that word single just means clear. All right. All right. It says what? Properly, hapalus. It says properly folded together, you know, single, clear, simple, single, whole, good, fulfilling its office, sound of the eye. All right, basically saying clear, man, sound mind. All right, this is Titus 2:1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. All right, sound, man. That was about a clear doctrine, sound, clear vibration, trumpet sound, right? That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. Titus 1:9. Holding fast the faithful word as he have been taught, that he may be able to be able. So we gotta be, you know, we're being taught this word, man. All right, from the apostles, from our brethren, through the Spirit, right? First of all, and it says, holding fast the faithful word as he have been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers, man. All right, so you say exhorting one another daily. So somebody might be against this truth at first, but then you edify them and heal them of their sickness, man, through the word. And now you gain a brother. All right, or if they're against this truth, then hopefully you'll be able to convince them, you know, or confound them with the word. All right, so it says, Matthew 6:22, the light of the body is the eye. And if therefore thine eye be single, right, sound mind, thy whole body shall be full of light. So, you know, but if thine eye be evil, excuse me, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. And that evil means bad. So if thy eye be bad like a light, if it's a bad light, it's going to be dark in the room. That's just it. Thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? That's true, man. If you got the light go out, the whole room going to go black. All right. So, says no man can serve two masters, right? For either he will hate the one and love the other, be in order under the truth and be in integrity. And you're going to hate this world, man. You're not going to become a damn R. Kelly or Michael Jackson, IUIC, Nate, conforming to the 501c3 charter, trimming your ways to seek love. That's basically what that means. All right, to seek that money. But he said, what? You're going to love Yahweh Shai, to seek his love. You're going to cut off all your ways, cut off the foreskin of your heart. Become spiritually circumcised. Don't even just trim it, cut it. And he said, and seek his love. And, all right, you're going to love Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. So you're going to cling to Yahweh Shai and believing in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and clinging unto the brotherhood and unto the work. And despise the other, ye cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. All right. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life. So if you claim to walk away from this truth because you got a job, but you ain't have that job before you got in the truth, it's crazy, man. The Lord bless you and build you up and work with you. And then all of a sudden you just like, I'm out. And you start getting shine from the women digging you now, you're more intelligent, clean, you're in the word, and then you just walk away. That was it. That's the kingdom for you. See, the Lord, man, he's sharp. Just like he did in Egypt, he'll test you. When we was in the wilderness, the people wanted to go back. He tested them, and he also destroyed them right there in the wilderness. So this is that wilderness, man. The Lord will destroy you right here. You walk away for that small prize. That's not even a prize. Most of these women we deal with, they've been with other men or are creeping around now. So the real prize is this truth, man. Being able to fix things and lead the people to repentance. Lead the people to take away the reproach, the women that have been caught in whoredoms out here. And the men that's in spiritual whoredoms and committing adultery and all kinds of sins. Don't know Yahweh Shai. Our job is to be the example. And them seeing you out there continuously to the end is nothing but more respectful or honorable than a man that's chosen, that has stayed on his path, that started building the house and continued to build it. And when people that were bullshitting, they continue to see you almost done building it, almost fully coming together, the prophecy's showing, they like, yo, that dude's still out there. Something up. Maybe I'm tripping. I need to get tightened up. You know what I mean? So, damn, I went an hour. It says, where was I at? 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? Right, man? And all the animals, the birds, they don't have to go out and create the seeds to eat. They don't have to go out and create the worms to eat. Esau created this money, but the Lord's saying, yo, he gonna take care of you. The reason you're alive today is because of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The reason Esau's alive because Yahweh is keeping them unto judgment. If anybody dies, it's because the Most High called them home for judgment, or to life or to death, on the earth or in the heavens, either one. Now it says 27. Which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature, right? Because you be so caught up into this American mindset that you begin to believe that you're the one that's bringing in the income. No, it's the Lord blessing you, man. You work and the Most High blesses you with a way to provide. All right. And it says, and yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. The lilies of the field, man. All right. They toil not, neither do they spin. Wherefore, if Yahweh so clothed the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, right? You cook it in the oven and eat it. Shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? That's what it is, man. You have lack of faith if you're not teaching his word. And you think you're losing out or missing out on something, or you're not ready. He told Jeremiah, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to pray for him to guide you and do due diligence and studying to show yourself approved. All right. 31. Therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or whether shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek, right? That's what they seeking after, man. Power and riches on earth, and more food. Shit, just being a nation of consumers, man. Oh man, I gotta take care of my children. I can't come out and teach, man. What are we gaining? We just out here teaching. That's just it. You gotta keep them type of people away from you. They don't have no imagination, man. They don't have no understanding. They don't see what you see. Their eyes are not blessed and their ears are not blessed. All right. And that's what they chasing after. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, man. And that's what he said. What? The kingdom of heaven is in you. So we supposed to seek each other, man. Seek the Lord's sheep. All right. Seeking who you are in this truth. Seeking Yahweh Shai and Yahweh. Seeking to see a new Jerusalem upon earth, a new heaven and a new earth. That's what we're supposed to seek. All right. It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. That means throughout your day, there's going to come troubles. And as the troubles come, you take them on each one at a time. You don't worry. You say you pray or worry. You can't do both. You can, but it wouldn't behoove you to do both. You pray and you don't worry, and you move forward. And there's no way you can make tomorrow come now or bring back yesterday. Yahweh can. Well, he already wrote your day, and you pray that he leads you not into temptation or lead you by your own understanding, but that he leads you according to his mercy and will, and writes you a story into his will, replacing his will into life. All right. So sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof, the bad, the troubles. So each day has its own troubles. You deal with that day and you apply the word and the scriptures to your life in that day. And you take your daily bread, which is your work or your money or whatever. All right. You don't need millions of dollars and billions. Why be a billionaire in a time of darkness and night when I'd rather be the actual precious jewel in the kingdom. I'd rather be that. All right, man. Do with this, man. 2 Peter 2:20. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of Yahweh Shai and Savior Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So if you escape the pollutions of the world spiritually, you see, that's what he means by flee Babylon. He's talking about mentally. And that's how we escape. That's how we escape the snare of the fowler, the devil, Esau, and the spiritual demon Satan, and their deception. That's how you escape their philosophies and and escape sin and the coming judgment. Is by what? Through the knowledge of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, Savior. They are again. So if you become entangled, meaning bound therein, and if you overcome, all right, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. So it's going to be a harder fight, man. You got to seek him 10 times more, right? For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them, man. And we have a command to do this work, all right, and keep the law. So if you turn away from this truth, you say, I'm no longer an Israelite. And you try to come back. Well, the way you come back is what? Studying. So you ain't misleading the people. All right, studying to stay humble, watching and learning, and you begin to do the work again. You just start teaching on your phone or your computer, and then eventually you go out to the streets. Then you contact the camp. Then you keep teaching them. Nobody owe you shit. You keep teaching. You know, you don't look for recognition. You don't show off for your women that you meet and try to just cut them with the scriptures and hitting people up trying to get scriptures so you can cut the women. Nobody got time for that shit. The Lord said his sheep is the men, and the women gonna follow after the men. Period. The examples. All right, the examples, they're gonna follow in faith and believing. They're not gonna go out there and teach, but they're gonna believe if they're meant to be believers. 2 Peter 2:20. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of Yahweh and of the Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome man, if you get entangled and you become overcome by this world, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. For it had been better for them to have not known the way of righteousness. Then, after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. But it has happened unto them, according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the soul that is washed to her wallowing in the mire, man. So after you clean the damn animal person, that the Lord cleansed you with the washing of the word, then you return back to the shit, mud, and dirt, and bile that you your sins that you were originally in. Crucifying Yahweh Shai fresh. So our job is to do this work, man. If you can't get it, you're gonna be destroyed, period. And the way you return to a camp is not to seek the camp, but to seek the truth. And you got the internet, you can watch all the videos and you begin to do the work. If you don't know it, you study it. And after you study it, then you try to you build up your catalog and you begin to teach. And you pray for forgiveness, man. And you don't seek recognition. You seek the recognition and love of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So that way, if anybody ever turns from you or anything, you'll still be on your path. And you'll be brothers. You'll be a brotherhood wherever you are in the world. Even if you're by yourself. Or until you are rejoined with your brotherhood. You have to show yourself a brother to be a brother. And you do that by doing this work and keeping the laws towards your brother.